Welcome to the Federal Express ramp at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. We're pleased to have the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, as well as Congressman Johnson and Dr. Turk here today to witness the arrival and offload of baby formula brought in on a FedEx Express MD-11 from Cologne, Germany. We are here helping safely expedite the baby formula supply chain so families can access the formula they need to feed their little ones. We're using the FedEx Integrated Express Network and Ground Network to support this important mission with the U.S. government, as we've done before on 2 other shipments. This formula is now moving off the plane into our trucks to move to their final destination. This is who we are and what we do at FedEx Express. With that, I'd like to introduce U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services, Javier Becerra. Javier Becerra, and let's welcome him. Thank you.
Tim, thank you to you and all the team at FedEx for helping out parents and their babies, not necessarily the Department of Health and Human Services, Nestle's, who helped make this shipment possible, but really the parents. So Tim, to you, thank you very much. Can we give a shout out to DFW and their team here who made it possible for us to have this shipment here and allowing us to be here. And to all of you on this beautiful Dallas day with its normal beautiful humidity coming from Los Angeles, amen. We got the sunshine, that's what counts, and we're cheering, because we got something to cheer. And so, Tim, thank you again to your team. And you can see all these men and women who are here with these yellow, flashing yellow vests. Thank you very much to all of them for unloading this and making it possible for parents to get the formula they need for their babies. I will say some words, and then I'm going to hand it over to the boss, the congresswoman from this area for now going on 30 years, a dear friend, someone I had a chance to serve with for 24 years. We came to Congress together. Thank you. Came to Congress together, and she continues to be a real leader in Congress and Texas, and of course here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, Congresswoman Eddie Bernice Johnson. I'm thrilled that she could make it here, as again, given all that she has on her plate. I also want to make sure I recognize Dr. Jason Turk, who will get to say a few words. Dr. Turk is the chair of the Texas Public Health Coalition. He is also the former president of the Texas Pediatric Society. He obviously plays a really important role. Some of the babies that are going to get some of this food count on he and his colleagues' work to make sure that they are not only getting the nutrition they need, but to getting the health care that they deserve. I want to acknowledge a few folks who are not going to speak, but are going to be really crucial. Is Paige Ezernak? Where's Paige? Is Paige here? To my left? Paige, you get in here too. Paige is going to be available, because if anybody ends up having some questions that are really detailed, beyond what we can answer, who are you going to call? You're going to call Paige. Paige is our go-to. She is the person who is our chief when it comes to this type of action. When we do Defense Production Act work, when we do emergency relief authority work, Paige is our go-to person, and she and the team at our ASPR, that's our Office of Assistant Secretary for Preparedness Response, are the ones that have made everything click. Working with FDA, working with the manufacturers of the product, working with the shippers like FedEx, and working, of course, with the venues like DFW, we're able to make this click for the parents of America who need baby formula. What you see behind me, 110 pounds of Nestle infant formula. And if I can, I'd like to give a shout out right now to, I want to make sure I get their name correct, Molly Fogarty, right? Molly Fogarty and her team at Nestle. Molly, thank you very much. This is one of several shipments that Nestle is going to be making available. You know, Nestle, the product you see here often is Gerber, but Nestle has been a real partner in this, and over the course of time, I think some 10 shipments will be coming in, and because of that, we're going to have a lot more baby formula available to parents real soon. But here, 110,000 pounds of Nestle infant formula flown in, as you heard Tim say, from Cologne, Germany. But I want to translate that so that parents understand what 110,000 pounds of baby formula means. It means roughly 1,600,000 8-ounce bottles of nutrition for their children. That's what this is. And that's why it's important. It's going to be reaching the parents of America real soon. The President has tasked us at the Department of Health and Human Services, and quite honestly, administration-wide, to use our resources, everything at our disposal, to locate available formula and to make that formula available to parents across America. I'm proud that the Department of Health and Human Services is playing a really crucial role, and I mentioned that our Assistant Secretary for Preparedness and Response, Dawn O'Connell, and her team, and Paige, who is here with on behalf of ASPR, have been doing just 24/7 work to make this happen. As I said, to make things click. I want to also thank the FDA, because without the FDA signing off on these shipments and saying, box check, safe to feed to kids, we could not get this as quickly as we did. FDA, ASPR, HHS, from our perspective, this is what we do, this is how we roll, because we know parents are counting on it. Operation Fly Formula, which has already previously shipped some 1.5 million bottles worth of Nestle's infant formula. And over the course of the next couple of weeks, we will be flying in an additional 8.3 million bottles worth of infant formula from many other companies as well. Bubs of Australia, Kendamil infant formula as well. In fact, there is a Kendamil infant formula arriving today at Dulles International Airport in Washington, D.C., and that will continue forward as well. FDA, as I said, we're going above and beyond. FDA is using its discretion on its enforcement authority so that Nestle could export into the U.S. this additional infant formula. Again, FDA has to make sure that anything that comes in meets the mark. It is safe. It has all the important labeling that informs a parent of what they're about to buy for their children. And so FDA worked really hard to make sure that we could expedite getting this infant formula over here. I want to make a couple of things pretty clear. As we do this work, FDA, our ASPR, I have had to invoke, by the way, our authorities under the Defense Production Act now 3 times to make sure we could accelerate the delivery of this raw material to help, of the raw material, not necessarily the infant formula, but the raw material that we need, some of these manufacturing companies say they need in order to produce more quickly. We are invoking the Defense Production Act authority that we have to make sure that these companies are at the front of the line to get the raw materials that otherwise might go to other manufacturers for other purposes. We're putting this at the front, and as a result, those infant manufacturers domestically will get the raw materials they need faster. This delivery today, by the way, is going to be, which has, by the way, been signed off by FDA, will be distributed through Nestle's existing supply chain. We're not, the federal government doesn't distribute, we don't manufacture. What we're doing is making it click. We're making it go from point A, including in Cologne, Germany, to point B. That means the mouths of those hungry babies that parents are expecting to feed. We're making that possible by FDA helping remove some of the barriers to get it over here quickly. ASPR by making it all the logistics possible to coordinate that here, using our authorities that we have to drive raw material or the formula here quicker. We're doing everything we can. Like many manufacturers who have been approved to bring their formula into the U.S., Nestle has an existing network to get this baby formula into the hands of parents. That network they are going to use for this particular baby formula. In this particular case, I'm informed by Molly and her team that this formula will be distributed online to get it into parents' hands as quickly as possible. In the coming weeks, we're going to continue to make baby formula available, whether online, through retailers, grocery store chains, or directly through the manufacturer, so parents can access it as quickly as possible. Parents, what should you do? How should you operate to get this formula? Let me suggest to you one thing. Go through your normal business to try to get baby formula. So if you do it online, guess what? If you go to Nestle's, you may find that they've got it available. If you go to a particular grocery store or retailer, check with them. More is coming online as we speak. And if you don't find it through them, connect directly to the manufacturer. You want to know how you can connect directly to the manufacturer? You can go on our website. We set up a website to help parents. That website is hhs.gov/formula. I'm going to say that in Spanish. hhh.gov. How do you say slash in Spanish? Diagonal. Fórmula. hhs.gov. Diagonal. Fórmula. Get on that website. That website won't get you the product. It'll tell you where you can go with the manufacturers to contact them. It'll tell you what's going on. Again, we don't produce it. We don't distribute it. But we're trying to make it available to you as quickly as possible. It will be available in multiple languages for those who need to hear it in different languages. We're going to do everything we can 24/7 at HHS to make sure parents can feed their kids. There is nothing more important. I say that not as secretary of HHS. I say that as the father of 3 daughters, and remember those days when those 20-year-olds were infants and needed the baby formula as well. And that's what makes us get to work. That's how we roll at HHS, and we're going to make it happen. Thank you again to DFW. Thank you to Nestle. Molly, please thank your team again for being such a great partner in Operation Fly Formula. Tim, thank you to all the team at FedEx for making it possible for us to deliver, to bring results. And now I want to thank you in advance, someone who is doing it day in and day out to make sure we have the resources to make things like this possible. As I said, someone who has served this area in Congress for more than almost 30 years. Let me now have speak at the mic our Congresswoman from this area, Congresswoman Eddie Bernice Johnson, who, by the way, is a nurse and knows how important this is to so many families. Representative Johnson, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary. And let me express my appreciation for everyone that's here, because I know that every person here is a part of that giving, health-caring community from this area, whether you're from Fort Worth or Dallas or in between. So thanks to you as well. Thanks to FedEx. FedEx has been a major part of life, really, in the United States, and I've seen it outside the country for a very long time. A man who started when he got a small business loan. But now it's one of the largest businesses in the world. The one thing that the Secretary did not mention is that his wife is a physician. So he is no stranger with having a good law background and someone that's caring for his children and taking care of his household while he takes care of you. Also knows about how important this is. I knew that whatever this administration could do to solve some of the need in this formula area, it would be done. And so today the manifestation is here. I want to thank everyone here who has shown interest and been steadfast in giving attention to all of the people that we need to serve in this very diverse area. We're proud of this diversity, and we're pleased that all of you have come out today to welcome the Secretary with his welcome products. I cannot tell you how much respect that I have for him. I think I've expressed it with him over the years. I will continue to do that. And I will say to all of you, thank you again. And my number will change soon. I hear from many of you all the time, and I'm grateful that you're on the job and doing the job. I want to present to you now Dr. Turk, who is one of the leading minds in pediatrics in this state. We have, of course, in this area, one of the leading medical schools, the best public hospital system in the nation, and many tributaries from those institutions. So thanks to all of you for being here. Let me just say that I have colleagues that stand with me that are in Washington, because there was a vote today, a very important vote. But I voted remotely because I'm going through a knee replacement. And so I did not go, I voted by telephone. But I want you to know that we stand together and looking out for the needs of this area. And I want to thank all of you for your caring, your keeping in touch, and your making sure that our message is we do not forget those in need. Thank you, and here's Dr. Turk.
On behalf of the Texas Pediatric Society, the pediatricians across the state of Texas, and myself, I want to thank the Biden administration and Secretary Becerra for their efforts to get more formula on store shelves and into the hands of families across Texas and the nation. Access to formula is extremely important to ensure all our babies get the nutrients they need to grow and thrive. We look forward to continuing to work with HHS and our state partners at WIC and HHSC to ensure that the hardest to reach families are able to find the formula they need. For families, if you have any concerns or questions about finding formula or switching formulas, please reach out to pediatricians like me. We're here to help you. To parents who rely on formula and those who are seeking how to navigate their formula options, we encourage everyone to visit HHS's infant formula webpage, where information is available in English and Spanish and many other languages at the previously mentioned website, hhs.gov/formula. There you can find information on how to substitute and try a new baby formula that's made in another country to feed your baby safely. Information provided at this website reflects input from physicians and other experts at the Department of Health and Human Services and the American Academy of Pediatrics. Once again, I am so grateful for these important actions taken by the administration and the Department of Health and Human Services. Thank you.
I think each of you are going to ask now if we want to entertain any questions. I know we still want to get some more vitamin D, so let's... Yes. Give us your name and affiliation. Noel, that is a question that I was chatting with Molly Fogarty of Nestle just a little while ago, because what we don't want is to find again that one of the manufacturers, the big manufacturers, goes down again or has to close a plant, and all of a sudden you see a shortage start to occur. And so FDA is beginning to work with manufacturers domestically and abroad so we can make sure that we have the constant supply. Remember that baby formula is the most regulated food in America. We don't let our babies have just anything. This is not toilet paper. When you have a supply chain problem, it's very different. And if you recall, no one wants to remember those days when we had imported toys from other countries that we found were contaminated with lead, and our children were playing with them. We have to make sure the baby formula is safe. And so there are a number of requirements. And what we're trying to do is work with the industry and with their efforts to do their supply chain and distribution to make sure that never will we see a situation again where if a manufacturer has to go down, we lack the product that parents need. So that's ongoing. And we may need some help from Congress to change some of the requirements in the law to make it a more streamlined process. But thanks for the question. Yes. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not Mike. Oh, yeah. I'm just advised that because you all are on mic, I should repeat the question. The question was, how do we make sure that we don't run into this problem again of having a shortage? So hopefully my response sort of made it clear where the question was going. Your name and affiliation. Okay, so online. There's online with HHS, hhs.gov/formula, and then there's online with the companies. If you go online at hhs.gov, you're going to be able to get information about where to go, what to do, how to make sure you're getting safe formula. Sort of to Dr. Turk's point, if you want to understand, if you want to make sure you can connect with a doctor, somebody who can give you right advice, HHS's website is good for information, phone numbers and the rest. If you want to get access to formula, you want to get a hold of the manufacturers. Or you might want to check with the retailer you're accustomed to going to buy the formula, to find out what they have. But what we're trying to do is make it so that it's as accessible as possible, the information and the product for parents. So we don't want you running all over the place for hours. There is formula out there. It's just a matter of finding it. Hopefully, as I said, you find it in the place you normally go to get it. Check there first. Check our website. Check the manufacturer's website, and then you should be able to move forward. Again, this product is coming in now, 1.5 million, essentially 8-ounce servings came in previously. This shipment here, another 1.6 million for servings, and over the course of the next week or two, another 8.3 million servings of 8-ounce formula. Okay, yes. 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 Yeah, the question is, this is regular formula for kids that don't have special needs. What about the specialty formula that is distinct, that is for kids who can't consume the regular formula? That first shipment, the first shipments we brought in were specialty for that very reason, because some parents can't go to some alternative. They have to have the specialty formula. We're going to continue to help make sure that we can bring in that specialty formula to make sure that the needs are served. That's again where these websites become very important, so you can be directed, because if you're looking for specialty formula, you do want to know where directly you go. There will be more on the way. I don't have specific information. And Paige, I don't know if you know, but don't know. We don't have that. Well, if you just connect with us, we can try to make sure we get you that information as best we can. Remember, we're not distributing it. We're just trying to make the points connect as quick as possible. Okay. I saw another question. Yeah. Molly, good question. What do we tell low-income moms who don't have access to Wi-Fi, the income, et cetera, to serve? Two things. There is the WIC program, Women and Infant and Children program, which is there to serve a lot of mothers and their children who are in need. That WIC program is run by the Department of Agriculture. And the Department of Agriculture has been working with HHS to make sure that we get formula to the WIC centers. And so they should be checking with the WIC centers if they're WIC qualified. If they're not WIC qualified, then I would say they should go through the same process. If they don't have access to internet, they could try to contact the manufacturers directly by phone or try to reach out to us. I would say that it's probably going to be easier to get access to the internet, public library friend, because you'll be able to access the phone numbers, all the information more directly through that internet site. Okay? Yes? For the...
What percentage of formula and shipment will be available
through it. So the question is, what percentage of this shipment of infant formula will be available to the WIC program? And I'm not sure if, Molly, you've got the answer to that? Come on up. Molly. Molly Fogarty, Nestle.
So most WIC
participants are not able to purchase online. This is strictly an online shipment. I will say that we've been working very hard just as one small manufacturer, and I know this is true for others in this space, to make sure that our WIC states are fully stocked, as it were, that we're prioritizing for WIC mothers in addition to. That program services more than 50% of the babies in the United States and is a really important avenue for us as manufacturers. So unfortunately, as we said, this is a online-only shipment because of our desire to get to market fastest and to cover all 50 states. But the WIC program is a place where we've been paying special attention.
Yeah, so just one more thing on that, Molly, on that question. Secretary Tom Vilsack at the Department of Ag has made it a priority to make sure that WIC centers are stocked, and we are not going to leave anyone behind. We are going to make sure that if you're a mother, we don't care what your income is, what your zip code is, if you're a mother with an infant, a child that needs baby formula, whether through WIC or through a regular retail chain, you're going to have it. And so that I know, I speak for Secretary Vilsack when I say that the WIC program will not be left behind. Okay. En 10 segundos o menos, ¿verdad? Un minuto. Okay. Hoy estamos anunciando que aquí tenemos nutrición, alimento para nuestros hijos. Yo como padre de 3 hijas, ya crecidas, entiendo la importancia de poder darle el alimento a su hijo. Pero también como secretario del Departamento de Salud y Servicios Humanos entiendo la importancia de que cada familia americana tenga lo que necesita para alimentar a su hijo. Esta fórmula que vemos aquí se va a distribuir por el Internet, así que se va a poder conseguir y comprar. Los padres pueden conseguirla si buscan bajo Gerber o Nestlé para ver dónde va a ser distribuido esto. Van a poder tener acceso por compra por el Internet. Pero estamos haciendo, el presidente Biden nos dio la obra de ayudar, traer, conseguir más alimento de fórmula para nuestros hijos. Nos dijo que haríamos todo lo posible para lograr, para encontrar esta fórmula donde sea. Esta fórmula viene de Alemania. No importa dónde, si la podemos encontrar, si podemos asegurar que es sana y segura, la vamos a traer. Estamos trabajando con las compañías como Nestlé, estamos trabajando con las compañías como FedEx, y claro, tenemos el apoyo de los aeropuertos como DFW para hacer lo posible para traer más rápido, conectar el producto con el padre, la fórmula que necesitan. Es lo que estamos haciendo. El Departamento de Salud, el gobierno federal, el presidente Biden y su administración, nosotros no fabricamos fórmula, nosotros no distribuimos fórmula, pero ahora que hay una escasez en ciertas áreas, porque una de las fábricas grandes tuvo que cerrar por un tiempo, estamos haciendo todo lo posible para traer esa fórmula lo más rápido posible a las manos de los padres que la necesitan. Así que este es un esfuerzo donde hay muchos socios, sector público, sector privado, y le damos muchas gracias a todas las compañías, a todos los que ven aquí de FedEx, que están haciendo todo lo posible para poder mandar esto lo más pronto posible. Le damos gracias. Trabajando juntos, ojalá lo que podemos decir, estamos alimentando a los niños de América. Sí, las familias otra vez, en el sitio de web, de internet del departamento, si uno busca bajo hhs.gov, diagonal fórmula, hhs.gov, diagonal fórmula, ahí va a poder encontrar información, no el producto, información de cómo conseguir el producto. Para todos. Y el Departamento de Agricultura, bajo el secretario de Agricultura, Tom Vilsack, están haciendo todo lo posible para asegurar que las madres que dependen en el programa de WIC, Women, Infant, Children, también pueden lograr obtener la fórmula. Así que pueden buscar en el sitio de web. Así estamos trabajando duro con el sector privado, las compañías, y con la administración del presidente y con el Congreso para asegurar que en el futuro no tenemos un asunto como este. Si una compañía grande que produce mucho del producto se tiene que cerrar por un tiempo, todavía tenemos lo que se necesita. Muchas gracias a todos. Thank you all very much.